Welcome back. Samcart Tuesday Takeover. What is going on, everybody? I am Scott Moran, the co-founder here at Samcart. And with me, as always, is Garth Algar.
Yeah, Jordan Anderson. Jordan
Anderson. Sorry, I always say the same thing.
What is up?
Big shout out to Wayne's World. All right, all my Wayne's World peeps in the comments, give me your shout out. What is going on, everybody? Today, here at Tuesday Takeover, we are doing what we do every Tuesday, Pinky, which is... And I'm all over the TV episodes right now.
Try to take 90s, 80s references.
A lot of them. If you grew up on 90s kids cartoons, give me a shout out down below. But we are going to look at an awesome creator. We're going to look at how do they monetize their audience and how could they be doing better. And today we have an awesome creator that I'm really, really excited to dive into, sort of in the Notion template world. This is Easlo, right? E-A-S-L-O. We'll put a link down in the chat. Definitely go check out Easlo. Awesome creator, great Twitter follow, just really creates freaking awesome stuff. Oh, yeah. And we're really excited to dive into Easlo's stuff and take a look at how is he monetizing his audience, right? I assume Easlo's a guy. I mean, we actually don't know. It's kind of a faceless sort of thing. So
Jason Chin, I think is his name.
There we go. Now we know. Easlo has a face.
But he's pretty mysterious. Yeah, he's just got his cartoon Notion character. That's all he's got.
There you go. And you're kind of big in this like Notion world, but there's this whole sort of world of people out there who sell Notion templates, right?
Yeah, they've built like basically a whole Notion economy. So we did Marie a couple weeks ago, Marie Poulin. So we're just kind of going down the list of all the Notioneers, the Notion ambassadors on the list. Easlo's the next one. And he is...
They're great digital product examples, right? A Notion template is basically just a digital download. I mean, that's essentially what it is. It's kind of like selling a Google Sheet that you make, right? And you kind of download it into your Notion app, your Notion, whatever.
You make a copy and now it's yours and you convert it.
Yeah, awesome. And that's basically what Easlo does. So before we get too far into this, if this is your guys' first Samcart takeover, give us a shout out down in the comments down below.
First in the chat.
First. There were some people who tried to type first, but you didn't actually get first, all right? It's not actually a thing. Yeah. But go ahead, let us know down in the comments if you're with us here for the very first time. And one thing that we like to do every single takeover is when we happen to stumble into saying something kind of intelligent. If you like something that we say and it's a big takeaway for you, it's an aha moment, if you will, go ahead and drop that takeaway in the chat down below with the hashtag SC for Samcart, hashtag SC, along with your takeaway, your big aha moment. And we like to go back through the comments after we are done and choose people who drop something in with hashtag SC and give away free stuff. So we got some free stuff to give you guys there. I think what we have is going to be a year of Creator U.
Let's do it.
I think that's what we're doing today is a year of Creator U. So drop your big aha moments down below in the chat with the hashtag SC so that we can find it later. And we'll be finding someone who drops in their own takeaway and giving away some free stuff here. So
here's what. Oh gosh, the fonts are messed up.
The fonts are terrible.
Type SC if you love it. Also, there is a link that you might have been pinged to. Let me go. Yes, here we go. So before we get started, register for next week's event. You can watch all these Samcart takeovers. You don't have to remember anything. All you have to do is drop your email on that Luma page. The link is in the description. You just sit back, watch, relax. But if you're watching right now, actively get in the chat, type with us,
join us.
Use hashtag SC. But let's get started, Scott. Let's kind of dive into who Easlo is, why he's famous, how much money has he made, who is he, what is the context to Easlo.
Yeah, and I don't want to bury the lead too hard here. I think there is something very specific that we're going to recommend that Easlo go try that I think would multiply the revenue he is currently making. So, who is Easlo? We kind of talked about this a little bit. A Notion ambassador, if you will, right? Digital creator. We assume this person is 20 years old. We don't actually know. It's kind of just something
what he says, what he tweets
said
about
on Twitter. So no one really knows for sure. This person could be in their 90s.
I mean,
who knows? They have something like 110,000 Twitter followers, a handful over on Instagram, a handful over on YouTube. And actually, you had some DMs back and forth with Easlo. He's trying to invest more in YouTube, right? We're trying to sort of spread the love out because right now it's pretty much all on Twitter.
Yeah, we always try to reach out to these creators the week before, the days leading up to this. So DMing him, he wants to move more into YouTube. He has a little bit of a start. I mean, he has a great platform. Like everyone would watch him on YouTube if he started something. And the other thing that he wanted to add about this, I said, we're always asked, like, what would you improve about your business? Because we always we have.
What are your pain points?
Yeah,
right?
we have.
What are you trying to solve?
We can see what's inside, but like they truly know what's going on inside their business. So the only thing he said is he wants to keep the free aspect of some of his products,
which is great.
A lot of the products he has are pay what you want or name your fair price, whatever you want to call it. They're $0 or like $0+ So all you have to do is you can name a price, download it. So he said he wants to keep that aspect, but let's keep moving.
Let's do it. Yeah. So yeah, that's who he is. That's what he's doing essentially right there. And yeah, slide.
Oh yeah, if you know Easlo, type the word Easlo in the chat. If you found this video, if you were searching,
if you're a follower of Easlo, if you're someone in his community, let us know.
Type Easlo in the chat. Okay, so Easlo, he's done some great stuff. Like we were looking at stuff, and there's like what else?
That's some really good stuff. Like, and I'm going to maximize the screen here because I want you guys to kind of see what we're looking at here. Here's a couple of things that Easlo is doing really well, right? So the first one I'll point out is called payment options. So if you can see this, it's a little small, right? But this is a Notion template that Easlo sells called Second Brain. He sells it for basically $100. And then he's got kind of like a little bit higher bundle package that's $130. And then he's got like a top tier price that's like get Second Brain and a 30-minute consultation with me for $300. This is a feature, again, this is something you'll find inside a Samcart, right? But having these different options on the page is awesome. A great way to sort of let customers go and spend more money, right? How are you going to let customers willingly part and excitedly part with more of their money? Go make bundles like this, okay? And you will absolutely make more money. In fact, here's a cool number from the Samcart database. Is something that we call the 30-60-10 rule, okay? And the goal is, right, if you have 3 payment options, 3 different bundles for someone to choose from, they should basically fall 60% in your lowest bundle, 30% in your middle bundle, 10% in your highest bundle. So if you have if you've got 20 people, 20% of your people paying that highest number, you should probably raise your price and you will make more money, right? 60, 30, 10. That's the distribution you want amongst your 3 bundles. And if you're too high, too low one way, maybe you need to lower your prices, maybe you need to raise your prices. But that's that optimum number to make you the most money. The second thing we see him doing really well is this name your price thing. Jordan, we talked about this at length. What is the name your price idea?
Yeah, name your price is what it says. So you are maybe not sure what you want to price your product at, or you want to kind of leave it open to more of kind of like, I said, it's kind of like a quasi tip jar. So, you know, kind of, hey, if you like this, you know, pay me $1 or pay me $0. But if you really like this, pay me $5, pay me $10, pay me $100. And it's up to you. So that kind of gives the buyer a little bit more choice. They feel like they have some more freedom in the buying process, which can lead to better conversions, as opposed to just saying like the price is 20, that's all you get. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I love it. Yeah. And, you know, we see a lot of Samcart creators transitioning sort of freebie stuff. Hey, give me your email and I'll let you download this checklist for free. You know, lead magnets is one of the things. Yep. And I see so many Samcart creators killing those lead magnets, right? And transitioning to something more like this, what's currently right above my head, more like a pay what you want. I would rather take a $1 customer, okay, over 25 freebie seekers, right?
Yep.
Your customers are super, super valuable, even if they only spend $1. And we'll talk about how you can transition these $1 sales into $50, $100 sales. One of the biggest things, I don't want to spoil anything, but one of the biggest opportunities I think staring Easlo in the face to multiply his revenue is by taking the name your price tool and sort of taking the next step. But we'll get to that in a second. The last thing that's doing really, really great for Easlo is he has multiple things to buy. And we'll actually showcase a screenshot that he shared like last month, 2 months ago or something like that, where he basically said, hey, I'm currently making, it's not currently this. Oh, yeah. He made $12,000 in a month selling this stuff, right? And it's awesome. Freaking so awesome that he's accomplishing that. He said he specifically mentioned that he's doing that because he's got multiple bites at the apple. He's got a lot of different things for someone to come and enjoy and come by. And I think by taking the next step there is an enormous opportunity for Easlo and for every one of you guys watching to sort of capitalize on what makes that so powerful.
Sweet. And throughout this, guys, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. We'll answer them throughout. If you stop and you see a slide, you're not exactly sure what we're talking about, drop a question. We can answer it. The next slide is a preview slide. We're doing a little teaser here, Scott.
We're doing a little teaser. I don't want to bury the lead too much, but when we're talking about this is, I think, the biggest opportunity staring Easlo in the face is how can we go from making X to making 4X, right? And when I say we're going to, this is how digital creators multiply their sales. We're going to come back to this in a minute, but this is exactly what I think Easlo should be doing. This is the biggest weakness I think I see in what he has going on, and we will we'll get back to this in just a little bit. But
all right,
let's talk about problem number one. Okay?
Problem
number one staring Easlo in the face is that I don't think Easlo is monetizing nearly as well as he should be. Jordan, we have sort of this rule, this like line of delineation that if you're doing better than this, you're doing okay. But if you're doing at or under this, you've got some room, some big opportunity to make more money.
Yep, that would be the
$1.
$1. Yeah, it's always like a quiz every week. $1 per subscriber per year. So if you have 1,000 subscribers, you should be making at least $1,000 per year, ideally, as your baseline.
That's a baseline. Yeah, if you're at that number or underneath of it, you've got a huge opportunity in front of you. And check this out, right? So Easlo tweeted this again. This was last October, so 6 months-ish ago, right? Said, I'm 19 years old. I'm climbing my way to my first $10,000. He's made $9 grand, right? And this is a screenshot from a tool called Gumroad, which he uses. $9,000 from 17,323 customers. Now, customers is a loose term here. A lot of these people are free, right? Or paid nothing. They name your price tool and they chose 0, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure probably of 9,000, I bet Easlo probably has 2,000 to 3,000 paying customers and made $9,000 from those people, right? So the problem here that we see is that if you have that many customers, that many people excited to come and check you out and buy something for you, whatever like that, you should be making many times more than $9,000, right? It's a great starting point, and seemingly Easlo is doing more now, right? Is doing better. The rate has picked up some, right? But this to me says that there's a lot of room to keep growing, right? Because he and here we go. We'll fast forward to February.
This is like his timeline. He's like, we love guys. If you're watching this, like actively tweet what you're doing on your work. Like if you make a sale, post about it. Like talk about your insights. Easlo's doing the exact thing as you do on Twitter.
And it makes him a great Twitter follow.
Yeah, so he's just like chronicling. Is that the word? Chronicling?
Yeah.
Like he's just taking.
That makes sense.
He's documenting his progress as he's making more money. So
better word. Definitely a better word. So here's February, where Easlo came back and now he said, I made $12,000 online last month. Here's how I did it. He's got this great thread. Go check it out. It's a really cool thread, right? So we'll just take him at his word. Let's just say Easlo is making $12,000 a month at this point, right? That would mean $144,000 for the year. Generally speaking, Easlo is a little bit above that $1 per follower per year. He's got about 110,000 followers on Twitter. He's got a smattering other places. I'm sure his email list probably takes him up to 150, right? And so if you're at that benchmark, right, which by the way, let me know, are you guys watching this video? Are you guys at this number? Are you over this number? Are you below this number, right? At, over, or below, are you making $1 per follower per year? All right, because if you're not, if you're at this number or below, you have a massive opportunity in front of you to make a ton of extra money. We have Samcart sellers that on average, I mean, we have people doing $15, $20 a year per follower, right? I mean, there are people smashing this number. $1 is like the benchmark, all right? That is that's the minimum I want to make, right? To be even, I'm playing the game at that point. You know what I mean? That's like table stakes to sit down and keep playing. So, yeah, love that for sure.
Sweet.
Which really brings us to problem number two. Which is Gumroad, right? If we're going to talk about why is Easlo sort of probably under monetizing the size of his audience and his, what he's doing, the problem is the tool he's using, right? So he's using a tool called Gumroad. It's a nice looking tool. It's got
super simple,
nice design, very simple,
user friendly, quote unquote.
Yeah, for sure. Here's just a screenshot of sort of one of the really kind of quick checkout processes to get in there. So here's the problem, right? The problem is that Gumroad is free to start, which sounds great for beginners. But I put free in quotes because let's take a look at what Easlo, let's just assume. Yeah, I'm going to assume at this point that Easlo's probably crossed 6 figures in sales. Okay, so if you've made $100,000 on Gumroad, it ain't free and it's far from it. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's see. All right, so if Easlo, so we did the math. So looking back at this pricing chart here. So as you can see, like if you're making $0 to $1,000, it is 9%.
Gumroad's going to take 9% of your sales.
7%. And then, as you get beyond the $100,000, that's when you're starting to, your fees are lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, basically Gumroad's going to take a chunk of your sales and a healthy chunk of your sales until you're a certain size, which sounds good at first. Don't get me wrong. Like I get it. If you're just starting out, some of that sounds pretty good. But let me tell you why it's really not that good.
Yeah, this is the free chart here. This is
the free chart.
Like Gumroad is free to use. So if Easlo is making $100,000 per year, we did some math, that Gumroad's blended rate. So you take that 9% plus the 7% plus, you kind of add them all.
It's kind of like a graduated income tax kind of thing. You know what I mean? You go talk to your accountant. You're like, okay, well, the first $1,000 they take 9%. Then the next 9,000 they take 7%, and then whatever that.
Yeah, I don't know. So
their blended rate, we'll call it their blended rate, is 5.5%, right? On your first 100K.
So that's gonna be $5,500 out of the bank, not going to you,
$500,
not coming out of your revenue. And then Gumroad also takes a transaction fee. So they take 30 cents per transaction. So they're going to take the rate, and then they're also going to take 30 cents per transaction. So
which doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
But let me show you that they almost double the money they're making off of you by that transaction number, right? And somebody like Easlo, who's doing a bunch of name your price, a bunch of cheap stuff, he's got probably a ton of people. And we saw that last chart, 17,000 paying customers, many of them probably paying $1 or under, meaning that every single time that happens, he's paying 35, 40% of what that sale is straight to Gumroad and transaction fees. So
if they pay you $1, then they're going to take 30 cents. So
they're going to take 30 cents and then they're 5% on top of it, right? So basically what we're saying here is, okay, Easlo's made $100,000 online selling on Gumroad. You just paid $8,220 of that straight back to Gumroad. That is
great for them.
Great number for Gumroad. Like that's an awesome number for them, right? So go ahead and click over to the next slide.
Oh my gosh, this one, yes.
Take a look at this. To put it more simply, Easlo is currently paying $685 per month, and honestly, this might be low, right? You could have more those transaction fee numbers could be higher than we're anticipating. $685 per month for this tool, which is not bad if it's an enterprise level tool. You know what I mean? But you're talking about things that are like HubSpot expensive. You know what I mean? Like
this is
Salesforce
this is
expensive.
Like I have 200,000 email contacts in my MailChimp account.
Exactly.
And I need to pay for it. And it's like
that is enterprise pricing for a tool that is admittedly for people just starting out, right?
Yep.
So all I'm saying is beware of the fees. There are thousands and thousands of dollars to be had saving money here and getting more features along the way, which is really even a kind of a crazy part too. But enterprise level prices for a tool that is admittedly specifically for beginners.
Yeah, this is what we talk about. Like it's free. Like it's great for free beginners because it's just, if you're not making a lot of money, then you don't really care that they're taking the fees.
Yeah. And so, that's the other piece, right? Like it's a perfectly fine software. There are a lot of places that you can go sell yourself online. No big deal. But the truth is, the moment you start making money, okay, you are going to start feeling this pain. The moment you start actually taking sales, you are going to start feeling the pain of not only is it taking a lot of your cash, you know what I mean, that this sneaks up on you. I guarantee you, Easlo probably did not think, wow, I just gave 8.5% of my business away to the tool that's currently helping me make sales. Slide. Because that's not the only real problem here either, right? It would be bad enough if that was it and you're paying $685 a month to a tool that is admittedly for people who just started out, right? But
hang on, folks in the chat are asking what Easlo sells. Easlo is selling a Notion template. So you make a page on Notion and then you copy the link and then you add that to the product page or the product delivery service and you sell
it's kind of like selling a digital template. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. It's a digital download type deal. Nothing overly
if you've ever bought a Google Sheet from somebody, you're buying the URL access and then you're making a copy.
So sure. Angela with a great takeaway. She said, Gumroad takeaway. Whoa, another big chunk out, feeling the pain for sure. 100%. A great takeaway from Angela. So that would be bad enough. The fees part would be kind of rough, but the really, really rough part about Gumroad is that it has the dreaded, and I say dreaded because we talk about this constantly, right? The dreaded one and done sales process, okay? When I went and bought one of Easlo's templates, I spent $19 today, got an awesome template, kind of cool, checked it out, just went to go buy his thing. That was it. Right? I spent $19. I got delivered right to the digital download that I bought, which is fine. It's a cool, nice little process. All good, right?
Straightforward.
But there is no opportunity for me to go in there and buy more stuff, which is why Easlo in the very, very beginning, and I'm going to get myself a little bigger here. In the beginning of this episode, we talked about how good it is that Easlo has multiple things for people to buy, right? That's a great thing. We talk about that constantly, right? Have more than one thing for someone to go ahead and go buy. So, but the problem is Gumroad's not helping him actually realize why that's such a good idea, right? So let me showcase, I'm actually going to bring up my screen and showcase exactly something that we built for Easlo here that I think is going to be super, super awesome.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead and bring this up now. So we created a page right here, and I'm going to go ahead, we'll drop this into the chat so you guys can come in here and see this. But here's a page that we went and made, right? How about instead of one and done sales, we take one of his templates, right? This CRM template right here, right? Customer relationship management template. And we put it on a SAM card page like this. And all of a sudden we still have the name your price tool, right? So someone can come in and say, cool, I'm going to buy this for 10 bucks, right? Someone can still come in here, really nice, easy, slick checkout process. It's going to look great on mobile. Yep. It's going to have everything that we want, but we're also going to have the opportunity for people to say, cool, hey, what's this Notion creator playbook? I would love to add that to my order, right? This other thing called Second Brain. It's Easlo's most popular template by at least how he lists it, right? Someone else can come in here and add more things to their order when they go and buy, right? And all of a sudden, one of these, $10 orders could turn into $148 in realized revenue right off the bat, right? Just like that. And so let me go ahead. I'm actually going to flip this over into test mode, and we're actually going to buy this. Because not only that, I want to showcase, that's not the only opportunity. This is what you guys are seeing here. This is the opposite of one and done, right? So if I go ahead, let me just put in some dummy information here, and we'll do Easlo plus Gmail. I'll do the name your price tool, right? But what is the opposite of one and done? Well, the opposite is one and done is letting people easily, very, very easily add more things to their order. Okay, and let me go ahead. You guys can all do this at home along with me, by the way. You guys can plug in 4242, 16 digits worth of that, any future expiration date, any 3-digit security code, and you can actually go ahead and buy this along with me, right? But when you make it this easy for someone to buy more stuff, I'm going to buy one template and I say, boom, add to order, and all of a sudden I've added something else, and $9 has become $48, right? And I could say, cool, I want to add Second Brain to my order, maybe I'll take it out. But when you make it this easy, okay, you make it this easy for people to add and remove stuff from their order, you make more money, okay? Adding one, the SAM card database is crystal clear. Adding one of these, this feature right here is called an order bump, okay? And again, is the opposite of one and done. When you give somebody one of these boxes over here to the right, 35 to 37% of your customers are going to say, yep, I want to add that to my order, right? Yep. Almost 4 out of every 10 customers are going to willingly say, I would love to spend more money. And then you add a second one, and the second one's going to convert like 20 to 25% of people to say, cool, I want that one too, right? And all of a sudden your sales start really skyrocketing. So let me go ahead. I'm going to place this order right now. Because here at the point of checkout, right, the point at which someone's buying is not your only chance to actually sell more stuff, okay? You can actually dip somebody right into what you're seeing right here is a password protected area that is, again, built with SamCart. This is called the SamCart template library, or I'm sorry, the SamCart courses app. What am I saying? The SamCart courses app, where someone can come in here, they can check out exactly what they just bought from you, right? I'll click start course. This is what I just went and bought. I think I mixed up the product titles or something like that, right? But someone can come in here. I'm going to say, cool, send me to this lesson. I'm going to go watch a quick video about how to use this download. I'm going to grab my download down here at the bottom, right? And then here's the really, really fun part, right? Is back here, SamCart's stored credit card technology actually lets your customers go buy other stuff too. So if I go back to my courses, I can showcase and feature different courses up here at the top. So other templates that Easlo sells, his consultation calls, he sells some services. You could list them right up here at the top. And if someone doesn't have them, right, they can come in here and click learn more. And I think I actually already own this one here. Let me click on one of these ones that I don't actually already own on this account. So if I click on one of these ones that I own, I think I don't own this one. Do I own this one too? Oh, I do. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I got one more in here. Sorry, we've done this demo a lot here. So let me go ahead and see. Oh, it's just 2 that I don't own. Okay, anyway, if I had one in here that I don't own, I basically would click, and SamCart is going to send me a 6-digit code where I can confirm my credit card on file and use that card to buy something else, right? So someone's going to come in here and see all these other templates that Easlo has available to you, right? And every single person that's spending $1 could come back here, discover your other products, and buy using their credit card on file, right? This is the opposite of one and done sales. All right. And when you make it this easy for your customers to spend more, you make many times more money. Jordan, go ahead and let's bring us back up to the slideshow, because this is something that I think we definitely want to start diving into and kind of, I want to showcase exactly what I think could happen to Easlo sales after we get this done.
Yeah, let me go. Can I ask you real quick on that page, on just the checkout page, the normal checkout page?
Right.
Like thinking about this, am I wrong to think that, okay, it's hard enough to get someone to get onto your page and to hand over $10, and like once you're in that buying mode, how much easier it is to, once they're already in that mode, to just throw a $40 offer in front of them,
unbelievably
or a
easy.
$50 offer. Like it's like it takes just as much energy to sell a free product like this as it does a $10 product, as
Absolutely.
it does a $40 product.
Absolutely. We have so many customers, so many same card creators who lean into like, think about it like this. Think about how much money Amazon and Apple have plowed into making it easy for you to buy more stuff using your card on file. You cannot go to Amazon and buy one thing without them suggesting rows and rows of other things that you can just click and add and add. That is why Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the world, right? That's why buying on Apple, right? Buying in the App Store, using Apple Pay inside of other apps and things like that. That's why those things are so critical, because it makes it so easy for your customers to say, yep, I want to buy more and more and more. And that's what we have. That's what we need to bring to every single creator business on the planet. Because here's what can happen. Okay. Let's assume that Easlo keeps using that name your price tool. Let's say next month he gets 100 customers, right? They spend $10 a piece on that name your price offer, right? Maybe some spend more, some spend less. Let's just say you're going to get 100 customers in the next 30 days. That's $1,000 in revenue. Well, the moment you add one of these order bumps, right? And his, so imagine the name your price product plus his Notion playbook for $39, right? Add that in. About 35%, 40% of customers are also going to add that to their order, meaning that those same 100 customers are going to spend an extra $1,365, right? And then it gets even better. You add a second product. Now you have 3 things for someone to choose from, right? Another 15 to 20 easy are going to spend another $99 and add that third brain or second brain product or whatever to their order, bringing in another $1,980 in sales. Not every customer is going to say yes, 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 and take everything, right? But some people will grab one, some people will grab two, some people are going to grab all 3. And what ends up happening is those same 100 customers, you don't make $1,000 in revenue, you make $4,345 in revenue from the same number of customers. Just by giving them the opportunity to go spend more, you can multiply your sales.
So we're basically taking, if a customer was, say, $10 a customer, now we're taking it to $40 a customer.
Exactly. Yeah, you could easily, especially on these name your price, low front end type stuff. You know what I mean? If your business right now is currently dictated on cheap front end offers, right? Someone's coming in and you're just asking them, hey, just spend $10, just spend $20, just spend $1, name your price even, right? We have that tool inside of Samcart, right? You are sitting on top of many, many times more revenue. But if the tool you're using to sell your stuff is one and done, then you are stuck getting as much revenue as people feel like giving you in that moment, right? But just by opening up the doors and giving customers the opportunity to come and spend a little bit more, you can multiply what you are making. And I mean literally multiply. I see this all day, every day inside of Samcart, right? Every single creator on this call should be thinking right now, how can I help make sure my customers can easily add 2, 3, 4 more things to their order at somewhere in there along the line?
Yeah, because he's got, I mean, it would be so easy for him to implement this, because like, Scott, go to his website. I think it's easlo.co. And you see, like, we tell Samcart creators all the time, don't just make one product, make a second product, make a third product. And like that way it gives you more chances to throw more products in front of your customers. Like if they love you and they want to buy from you and they're a hot follower, they're ready to go, like just keep putting more and more stuff. So like
exactly, yeah. Like, so here's 3 things that Easlo sells.
He's got a whole gallery,
right? And if I wanted to go buy this one, right, getting things done, I come in here, I can buy getting things done, I add to cart, I can go ahead and go buy it. But like that's actually, it tells me that I've already bought it. That's fun. But that's it. That's all I can do, right? There's no opportunity for me to go and really quick right here, add other things to my order, right? There's no way, once I bought this, there's no place for me to use my credit card on file and buy more stuff, right? Yep. We have one bite at the apple, and basically Easlo is hoping that his customers come back to his homepage and place a new order for product number 2 or product number 3, right? And instead, if you flip that on its head and turn it into this, where your customers have the very, very simple opportunity to say, cool, I want to add that to my order. I want to add that to my order. And then you give them, other places like this where their credit card is stored on file and they can buy other things. They can buy a consultation call with you. They can get started on one of your services. You can sell them into a monthly membership. You can ship them a physical product and sell that back here, right? But their credit card is saved on file and you get multiple bites at the apple to turn that customer from X to 2X, 3X value.
Yep. And think about Easlo's marketing strategy too. If he's driving people from Twitter to his homepage to then a checkout page, he's going to lose people. But if he goes from Twitter straight to a checkout page like this on Samcart, it's Twitter. Yes, Twitter will tamp down anything where it's where it sends you off the site. But if he's driving traffic from that one tweet, whatever it may be, or a thread that he's writing, and it says, hey, and if you want this more, if you want to learn more about this, send me straight to the Samcart page and you can check out and then bounce back to Twitter. And Twitter will like that.
Absolutely. Love this comment from Sally. Sally said, it's funny. I spent time this afternoon adding more order bumps to every product we have. I'm telling you right now, this is maybe one of the biggest shift in mindset that I could possibly provide to anybody watching, right? Is how can I help my customers spend more? Because here's the truth. The truth is every single one of you guys watching, your customers, right? Probably 3, 4, 5 out of 10 of them are willing and ready to spend more money. But your tools you're using are one and done, meaning you can't. You're putting a cap on it. You're saying, no, keep your money. I don't want your money, right? Don't give me this. When in reality, this is what can happen. All right. So this is what can happen. I call this the train baseball story, right? First business that we ever started online, myself and my brother, Brian. This train baseball was our first business, right? And this is what happened to that little tiny rinky-dink business the moment we really embraced this same idea, right? Honestly, we weren't even making that much. We were making a couple $100 a month. And then all of a sudden we saw, wow, okay, well, if we have a second product and make it easy for customers to buy, which was very difficult, from a technical perspective back then, we're talking 2009, early 2010, doing what I just showed you on that page, order bumps and one-click upsells and stored credit card, impossible, right? We have the caveman version of that, right? The primitive, Paleolithic era, version of that. And it still was unbelievably effective. So that same idea, right? Introducing another product, letting your customers spend more. That's what turned that brand from a couple $100 a month into, got to $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 every single month in sales as we just embraced that. And really what we're saying here is that you guys as creators can make so much more money than you're making now. You just need the right tools, right? That became so powerful that years down the road, we made Samcart to solve this same issue. Now that's why our sellers make 3 to 5 times more than anywhere else online. That's why Samcart creators do so well. This is exactly what helps them unlock this kind of potential in their business. And we want to do the same thing for you guys as well.
Love it. Yeah, keep dropping your questions. Keep dropping them in the chat. We're going to answer them. We're almost done with this, actually. Yeah. So Scott, you want to take some questions here?
Yeah, we'd love to take some questions. Yeah, I think this is kind of a funny one, right? We have, something from Elizabeth.
Nice.
Gumroad's kind of a dinosaur. I'm always surprised when I hear people use it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I get it. You know what I mean? It's simple. It's quick. It's easy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we could go back to that one slide. That one slide is literally, Easlo is paying enterprise prices for a tool that is admittedly for beginners, right? Look at this. This is what Easlo is paying. And honestly, it might be worse. I don't know, right? But we're talking about $685 a month back to you are stuck with one and done sales. You're stuck with, minimum reporting and minimal integrations to help you run your business. You know what I mean? This is the kind of thing when I say that Easlo is going to start feeling the pain, right? And he's going to start, this is part of that, right? The moment you start making sales, you are going to start feeling the pain of not having advanced options at your disposal. You don't have order bumps. You don't have stored credit card technology. You don't have our Samcart. You don't have our analytics and reports and our integration. And there's just so much stuff that's there that you guys, I can't wait for you guys and Easlo I'm sure we'll end up watching this at some point, right? To unlock that kind of stuff when you have the right tools at your disposal.
Yeah, $685 a month. He's not getting $685 a month worth of anything.
Absolutely.
Worth of that software.
Yeah. So, we have some takeaways. We've got some things there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the chat. We'd love to answer as many questions we possibly can here. But certainly, you know, from the point of view of sort of what are our big takeaways here, right? What should you guys remember? What should you guys take away from this, right? Is slide.
Oh, I'm gonna say before we get to our takeaways, register for next week's takeover. The link is in the description below. It's that Luma link right there. It's a Luma/Samcart. Click the link. It's in the chat as well. And all you have to do is add your email. But let's get to our takeaways, Scott.
Love this. Yeah, great takeaway from Paul. #SC with his takeaway. Help my customers spend more money with the right tools. Absolutely 100%, Paul. That is really what we were talking about. That's the power. There's multiplying your sales is in range with that kind of thing. So my big takeaway from this is build for your future, right? You know, some said it down there in the chat. I think Tassia said it down there in the chat, right? It's nice to start out with tools that are simple and easy, right? But you need to build for your future, right? Somebody like Easlo passed the benefit of a tool that should be free, you know what I mean, a long time ago. And you want to build for your future. And so go ahead, hit slide here, Jordan.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yes.
Yeah, slide. So, you know, let's think about this. Remember the fees thing, right? 8,200 fees, right? $8,200. That is an unbelievable number for a tool that is admittedly for people going from $0 to $1. It's on their homepage, right? And then, you know, here's this is an interesting one. So this is a blog post from Gumroad's founder and creator. You know, it was posted at the beginning of 2021. And he's explaining Gumroad's new direction, right? No meetings, no deadlines, no full-time employees, right? It's cool. It's a good read. I recommend going and checking it out. It's got a lot of kind of cool things in there. But in terms of if you are a full-time creator, right? You're now talking about trusting a tool that has no full-time employees, right? There are a lot of things out there about, hey, I was trying to get support. I'm in the middle of a big promotion and something's going wrong. My payments aren't going through. My customers are upset. And you're talking about a tool that has nobody there to help you, right?
If he almost has 20,000 people on his list, that's a lot that can go wrong, or a lot of
a lot that can go wrong.
You send a post, or you try to make sure everything goes.
When you're talking about your payments, it's important to have the best tool for that, right? And so, you know, again, this is, I'm sure, nice guy, right? You know what I mean? Like we'll do all like the nice guy stuff for Gumroad stuff. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you are running a real business, you have no business running it on a tool that intentionally does not have full-time people to help you out, right? When something goes wrong, you have got to know someone is there. You have got to know those things are here for you, and that you got a tool set up for success. And so, you know, at the end of the day, build for your future. Okay. Think about, I want the best tools out there. I want to use what full-time, you know, creators are out here using, because there's a reason those things are there. And there's a reason why when we're talking best in class type stuff, you know what I mean? You want a tool that is all about e-commerce, that gives you guys features to do what we're talking about on this call, multiply your sales. That is what you do. Okay. Do not be the next sucker, the next you know, small fish to be taken in by what looks like a really good deal up front.
Yeah, let me read Taja's comment. A lot of creators start with Gumroad because there are no quote, you know, I put in quotes, upfront fees. Then they transition to another platform once they start gaining traction. And yes, that is typically the case. And like, I think Easlo is at the point where he's about to outgrow Gumroad,
and that's kind of the intention, honestly.
But then for every person that is Easlo where he's about to outgrow it, there's some people that are just going to stay back. They're just gonna like, not to say be lazy, but there's so much friction and there's so much overhead with transitioning from one platform to another. If you have all your sales and all your traffic and all your customers on one platform, it is so difficult to take that and say, hey, I'm going to start from scratch on this new platform.
Absolutely.
So you're stuck at that platform, but you're still paying those huge fees. And you know, he could be paying, if he is as successful as I think he's going to be, he could be paying $10,000 a year in fees.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, that is do that.
Literally going to become a 5-figure bill that he's paying to Gumroad in very short order.
All right, and let me do my takeaway. My takeaway is to keep the party going. So we kind of talk about this, the one and done aspect that, if people are in buying mode and they're willing to pay you $1 or they're willing to pay you $10 and they love what you're doing and they don't know about your other products, put it in front of them. Add it as an order bump, add it as an upsell. Say, hey, if you like this, like nothing wrong with like a suggested product. And the great part about it is once they're in Samcart, they're able to kind of browse around and see all the other products that you have, and they have their credit card on file, and they can convert more, add more to their order. It just makes sense. So instead of just selling one product for $10, you can sell up to 3 products, up to 4 products at once, and take your sales, like we said, from $10 per customer to $43 per customer. Which
that is a game-changing number. And remember, I just dropped the link to this page down again in the chat. You guys can come and see and feel and touch the opposite of one and done sales. Follow the instructions on this page, and you guys can literally place an order and get a sense of exactly what is possible, with your own customers being out there. But the ease at which you can add other things to your order, the ease at which you can take an order from $1, $10, $20, whatever, and turn it into hundreds of dollars in sales is so incredibly easy. And I cannot wait for you guys to mess around with this kind of stuff. Again, if you're not using this kind of thing, if you're currently right now missing this in your own e-commerce, head over to samcart.com, grab a free trial. You guys will see and exactly what you are missing out on and how your numbers could go from, hey, I'm making $1,000 a month, a couple $100 a month, to I'm making thousands of dollars a month. I'm making tens of thousands of dollars a month when you embrace this type of thing.
All right, Scott, one more time, explain what this chart is for someone who joined late.
If somebody joined us late.
How to multiply your sales. And let's say let's say Easlo he's going to run 100 customers through his Notion page.
We're basically saying, here's Easlo, in the next 30 days, right? Let's assume Easlo gets 100 customers to do his name your price offer, right?
They say,
he's got this thing.
They say $10, they say $5, or they say
we'll give him an average.
$20.
We'll say on average people pay $10, right? We'll just say that's it, right? So he's going to realize $1,000 in revenue. Okay, but the really cool part is if you stop one and done sales, right? Which is again what he's stuck with the tool he's currently using to sell. And you give every one of those customers the opportunity to buy 1 or 2 of his other most popular products. Here's what we think would happen, right? We know that 35 to 40% of them are going to say, yeah, give me that Notion playbook for an extra $39. I know an extra 15, 20% of them on top of that are going to say, yeah, I'd love to give you another $99 for Second Brain, one of his most popular products. And what that would mean, the bottom line here is you make it easy for customers to give you more and put more in their cart and buy more there on the spot. And you could turn that $1,000 in revenue to $4,345. And that is from the exact same number of customers, right? What does that mean? That means more profit, obviously, right? More profit to just dump back into your business. That means you could take that money and go spend more on advertising and just fuel this with rocket fuel, right? That means all of a sudden you've got money to go hire a team. You got money to go pay for custom designers. You got money to go do whatever it is that you want, right? And that is making many times more income from the exact same number of customers. So this is the power of letting your customers spend more and doing away with one and done sales.
I'll throw Paul's metaphor on here. So we've talked about like the grocery store method where like if you're at the cash register of the grocery store, you're in line and you see the gum on the side or the soda on the side, that essentially is an order bump. But also the idea of would you like fries with that? Or would you like fries with that
is like the original upsell. Now, granted, people have been doing this since the dawn of time. Like it's not like McDonald's.
Would you like more with this? I want this, but would you like to make this easier or more enjoyable or save you time?
Crazy story, right? So McDonald's, would you like fries with that, right? Is really the key that unlocked their entire business. That's how burgers went from like a regional thing to all of a sudden they're like, they have enough profit in the bank and they're going to carbon copy this thing all over the planet, became a billion whatever dollar company. Would you like fries with that is crazy. They'll sell you, McDonald's will sell you a burger for, well, now at this point, I don't even know what their burgers cost. It's been a long time since I ate a McDonald's burger. How long has it been?
It's too long.
Too long? Too long. How long is the last time you guys ate a McDonald's burger? Put it in the chat. I want to know. Okay, but McDonald's going to sell you a burger for like $3, right? And adding fries and a drink is what, like another $1.75 or $2 or something like that. They make like 8 or 9 times more profit selling you that fries and a drink, okay, than they do on the burger. They're not selling you a burger to make, like, that's not where they make money. They make their money selling, I want to sell you a burger at cost so that you'll buy fries and a drink, and that's where I make my profit, right? And the same is true for every single one of your guys' creator businesses, right? Somebody said, oh my gosh, we have a bunch. This is fantastic.
18 years.
18 years ago, says Brent. Oh my gosh, amazing. Christy, 20 years, says Christy. Angela, Angela, this is fantastic. Angela said 2 years. I got desperate during COVID. That's amazing. Almost 3 years.
Nice.
Angela did say, or Chris said he had a fillet of fish more recently. Hey, that's okay. Man, that's your speed. I get it. Maybe it's Lent. You know what I mean? You got to eat a fish sandwich or something sometime. I love it. That's fantastic. But the whole point being, right, is that this chart over here to the right of Jordan's face, or to the left of Jordan's face for you guys, is the key to unlocking so much potential in what you guys are doing. And all it really means is get the right features in your hands and watch your sales take off. All right. This is a massive, massive game-changing type thing that you guys can do in your business. And I'd be awfully excited to hear about, we see every day in our Facebook group, we see every single day comments from people who are, I added an order bump, I did this, I added an upsell, I did a course cross-sell, any one of these many, many features that SamCart brings to the table. And it made me an extra $500. You know what I mean? I got an extra coaching client out of this because I added this one thing, right? I sold, 2 more tickets to my my highest price service or things like that. And this is the power that can happen, right? This chart to the left of Jordan's face, as you guys are looking at it, is the secret to unlocking a ton of awesome stuff.
All right, Scott, then 2 main questions that are coming in about order bumps. So one, what plan on SamCart do I need in order to unlock the order bump feature?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is on SamCart Grow and Up is where you unlock all those features. We have a couple of them available on SamCart Launch, but order bumps, one-click upsells, featured courses, all the kind of stored credit card technology is available on SamCart Grow for just $99 a month. And go back to that slide 1 second, Jordan.
Yep. One more time.
This is people always ask, oh man, I wish this stuff was available on SamCart Launch. Well, listen, this is what this can do, okay? This is what we're asking of people. We're saying, listen, on SamCart Grow, we're going to unlock features that are going to do this to your bottom line, right? If I did this to your bottom line, would it matter if SamCart was $500 a month? Would it matter if it was $1,000 a month? Maybe at 1,000 people might start
$685 a month.
$685 a month.
Software prices.
Let me put it that way: for less than 1/6 of what Gumroad is charging Easlo, right? You can do this to your bottom line. How's that, right? Let's do that for a change. So it is SamCart's most popular plan for a reason. You guys can come in and check all that stuff out. We've got a team of 100 and some odd people here, all based in the US, here to help you guys out, to answer questions. We've got account managers for people making over 6 figures. The water's nice over here. Come swimming.
The other question is order bump ideas. So I have the feature, maybe I'm on the Grow plan. So what are some order bump ideas that I can throw in front of people? I mean, I would say the first thing is you can do Notion templates. I mean, if we're sticking with the theme of today's topic, you can do a Notion template. You can create something in Notion, or you can create something in Google Sheets or a Google Drive or a Word document. Save that document, turn it into a PDF, or copy the URL and just share it into SamCart and then make that into an order bump. That's super easy.
Yeah, go make a checklist. Go make a template. Go make a PDF. Go record, a 30-minute call of you just walking through something on a whiteboard, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Record a call with a client, you know what I mean? And give away, hey, here's a free recording that I did with, this client.
Yeah, you could do a mini course. I mean, yeah, if you think about the supersized meal, you wouldn't buy fries by themselves, or you wouldn't just buy a drink by themselves necessarily. It's it's not quite enough, but in addition to the main course, it all makes sense. So
absolutely,
whatever your main course is, whatever the main product that you're selling, what is an accessory to that? Or what's an add-on that would make sense, that would make it easier or more fun, or save your customer more time by going back to that main course product?
Bingo. That's I think the best thing that you just said right there, right, is what is going to help your customer save time and get their desired end result faster, right? Get it faster, easier, simpler, right? That's what you want.
Yep.
Our first Train Baseball thing, so we sold a hitting ebook, right? It was super dinky, 27 pages or something like that, right? And it was all about hitting in baseball, right? Well, the next thing that we went and sold is we recorded 10 videos of drills, right? Hitting drills that you would go to the batting cage and go do before a game or something like that. We called it instant hitting drills, right? So it's sort of here's this book and here's some videos on how to do what we talk about in the book, right? And that was, I think we charged $27 for the book, and it was $97 or $99 or something like that, right, for the video. And we had 30-40% of people tacking that thing to their order all day, every day. And look, it sounds funny. It sounds kind of rah-rah, but that discovery, that thing changed my life. That completely changed our entire business. That led us to where we're sitting right here now at SamCart with tens of thousands of creators using our platform, doing the same things themselves with a tool that we've created to help make it happen. And that's the power of it.
That's the power. Yeah, I mean, people, again, like we said, people are in buying mode. It takes just as much effort to get them on that page to buy a $10 product as it does to buy a $100 product. And once they're ready to buy and they've got the thing in their cart, they go, hey, if I'm already spending $10, what's another $10? What's another $20? And that's where you get these order receipts in your phone. If you're watching, if you get a SamCart order that comes through, you know, you say, hey, my product's $10. Then you say like, whoa, I just made $30 though. I just made $40. I just made $50 on this, what I thought was a quote $10 product. Drop your order bump ideas in the chat below. Let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm a little bit. I always say like 10x is a good order bump. So if you have a course, a good order bump idea would be to offer some kind of like personalized coaching. Like if I can give you some one-on-one feedback, one-on-one help. What's one order bump you got?
Yeah, I mean, some of the best ones that we always see are always templates. It's always, hey, listen, I'm going to help you here. Like think about it like this. Maybe you're selling some sort of like weight loss type thing, right? Like that. Here's 7 at-home workouts that you can go do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, here's a pre-packaged, ready to go thing, right? Here's 5 emails that you go send.
The recipe book.
Yeah. Here's 27, Facebook ad headline ideas that you can go check out. Like, we could talk all day about different ideas and different niches, but things that are done for you, right? Some extra little resource, some extra little digital download, something is always a huge, huge crowd pleaser.
Love it. Sweet. All right, folks. So that's going to wrap up today's live call, today's SAM card takeover. Again, go register for next week's event. Do not miss it. It is Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube, but you don't have to remember any of that. All you have to do is register and you'll get an email alert reminder straight to your Google Calendar. Hey, the takeover is happening right now. So click on there.
Come and join us.
Come join us. See if we have any other questions. Let's do last call for questions. And then we're going to take it over to Instagram Live, Scott, right?
We're going to take it over to Instagram Live. We're going to have the after party over on Instagram. You guys we're going to kick back. We're going to relax. We're going to pop some champagne. You know what I mean? Celebrate here today. If any of you guys follow Easlo on Twitter, go give him a tag. I think he knows. Jordan's been talking with him and DMing him. But make sure that he sees this video and be sure to share this with somebody who you think should know. You know what I mean? If you guys have somebody you think should see this, somebody who's a digital creator themselves, someone who's maybe they're stuck at this point where they're trying to make more money, they don't see how to make it through, someone who needs this chart over here on the left, you know what I mean? Go share that with them, tag them in the comments down below, share it on social. But yeah, be sure to come in, join us again next week for the Tuesday takeover, where we take on another awesome creator and dive into exactly what they're doing to monetize their business, where they are missing out, and where we think they could do even better.
All right, so Paul has one question, or maybe an idea question. What about also having only one option to add to cart, so like an order bump, and then have a pop with another offer with a special offer for first-time visitors, and another idea was to test for different audiences. So
you can slice it up a lot of different ways. Yeah, I'll tell you, the only thing that matters is giving your customers an opportunity to spend more. Not everybody's going to do it, right? Not everybody's going to do it. And that's cool. That it happens all day, every day, right? People go and buy cars every single day without buying the top brand and getting leather seats and all the add-ons and all the, crazy nonsense. Every single day, people sign their names and buy houses without adding on extra rooms and floors and premium, all this and that kind of stuff. You should be doing the exact same thing. Give your customers the opportunity to spend more, and you are going to unlock the biggest potential boon to your sales and your bottom line. I would say for, what was it, Paul? Yep. I would say, Paul, don't complicate the process, okay? It is not about, hey, do this and that and this and that and this and show this and pop up and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, confused people do not buy, all right? If you want to hashtag SC and put a takeaway from something today, right? Remember this, confused minds do not buy. All right, so you want to keep things straightforward. You want to keep people moving, right? You do not want to just throw pop-ups and confuse people and, what about this and that? And kind of, you don't want to roll them all over the place. You just want it to be this nice, continuous conversation. Hey, thanks for checking out product A. You are going to love it. Hey, would you also like to tack on B, C, D? You guys can go as far as you want. The most order bumps I've seen on a SAM card page, because technically you can add as many of those checkboxes as you want.
Way. Okay.
You can add as many as you want. The most I've ever seen is I saw 17 order bumps on one page. In my opinion, a few too many.
Probably.
A few too many.
Yeah.
The conversion rates of like everything after like the 9th one were basically 0. I mean, it was like one person out of 1,000 bought those things. So, I think there's a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, that's a little bit like a Cheesecake Factory menu style, a little bit too
Do I want Asian food or Mexican food or a sandwich, or do I want pasta, or do I want it's like, there's too many options. You got to cut that shit back, Cheesecake Factory, okay? No one's coming to you to buy
I'm not reading
General Tso's chicken.
I'm not reading your novel.
I don't want your novel. No, I want the cheesecake. What do you eat at Cheesecake Factory? It's been a long time.
Shoot, I mean, just like the greasiest thing you can get.
Oh, I'm always like
greasiest, cheesiest thing you can
for
get.
sure. But I'm always saving it for cheesecake.
Yes,
that's my thing.
That's
cheesecake is like
my
my dessert.
The greasiest, cheesiest thing you can get.
That's the one. That's the one we're talking about. Anyway, but that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. I think the ideal number on a page is like 2 to 3.
Yeah.
You know, I think when you start going beyond that, you start introducing opportunities for someone to kind of get confused. You know what I mean? But yeah, really be careful with pop-ups and show this and that and that kind of stuff. It's really mostly about, listen, I just
and we are out of here. And we're live on Instagram Live at SamCart app. Go over to Instagram and we'll see you guys over there.